Becoming who you're meant to be is never tidy.
It's the sacred in-between, where chaos meets clarity.
Where truth cracks open light and light brings you home.
Welcome to Journey to Radiance, where real stories,
Raw truths, and
Brave transformation light the path forward. We're not here to give you a highlight reel.
We're here to talk about the parts of life that shape you.
the messy,
Magnificent middle,
Where reinvention
where reinvention
begins. Well, welcome to Journey to Radiance. I'm Melissa,
I'm Alana.
I'm Joe.
and we're so glad you're here. Happy 2026.
Happy New Year.
Yep,
How are we doing?
How's it going, guys? How's it going?
How's
been
it
a
really?
doozy.
Yeah, how's it really going?
How's it really going?
It's been a doozy. I have to tell you, I had such a beautiful holiday. There was something about the configuration of days for this holiday that felt like I had the true ability to get away. It was like a good, solid chunk of time where I felt I could really detach. And I feel like that set me up in some way because I came back and it was like a blaze of glory. It was like a meteor that just came right through. And 2026 has crashed its way in pretty well. This has been a hell of a week.
Yeah.
Hell of a week.
Yep.
How are you feeling, Joe?
So I feel like I came into 2026, and I'd love to say with a bang, but no, it was a thud. And I'm now just getting back up again because I got hit with the flu between Christmas and New Year's, and it turned to pneumonia, and your breathing is a big deal.
It's important.
It's a really big deal.
Don't take it for granted.
Did you notice how many syllables I emphasized in important
Yeah.
in breathing? It's very important.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Me too. Thank you.
If you need to cough, we're here for your messy. Just
Okay.
let it roll.
That's
Yep.
right.
That's
Thank
what we're
you.
here for.
Yeah, I was feeling very motivated at first, and then I'm kind of like, wait, restart, new year. And this happens often.
Yeah.
And I think it's such a good reminder that it doesn't have to be a new year to be holding yourself accountable or be consistent or set a goal. It can happen. It should happen many times throughout the year. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a rocky start for me as well. So
Yeah. I feel as though, to your point, though, you have the ability to reset any day, every day,
Yes.
as many times as needed.
Yes.
For me right now, it's probably 6 times a day. And I'm just taking that time to breathe, take a moment, and take a beat and reset.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel as though, I think what's different, though, for me right now is I've recognized through some of the practices we've talked about in past episodes, this podcast is strangely becoming my own, therapy.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel as though it's holding me accountable. And I feel as though it's becoming part of my practice. And I had a really rough morning 2 days ago. And it was just before our latest episode dropped. And I hadn't really watched it. And so I was on the treadmill and I watched it. And it helped me.
Great.
It helped me in my day. And so I share that not to be, patting ourselves on the back, but I'm just saying it's at what we're processing. We're not here to teach anyone. We talk about that. We're here to be ourselves, share our truths, share our messiness, process our things. And through the questions, I feel like we're also having a lot of self-exploration.
Definitely.
And it's revealing some things. And sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's meaningful. It's always meaningful, but sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's joyful. But even though 2026 came in with, for me, a bang, it felt like a little bit of a tsunami / tornado. But I very much felt firmly grounded in my feet. We talked about that last episode. Be wherever your feet are. And I'm practicing that. And I feel like I'm standing there in the eye of the storm. It feels very calm where I am.
Yeah.
But I can see houses and witches on bikes and all kinds of things swirling. And I'm just
That
breathing
tracks with me too.
breathing and resetting. And I feel at peace. I feel strangely more at peace than I have ever felt in my life. And yet I feel more coming at me than ever in my life. And so that's kind of an important segue for today's episode because I want to talk about the beginning of a new year, which does invite that level of reflection. There's resolutions, we set intentions, and the best intentions, I learned that by February, most people abandon their resolutions. And that's interesting. Like more than 50% of people that set resolutions abandon them by February. But, for those of us that make those quiet promises to ourselves about who we want to be and how we want to live, there's something that gets often like overlooked in that process. And I think when we talk about the pursuit of radiance, it's about alignment. When you choose alignment, when you commit to that clarity that we talked about, feeling, grounded in our feet and feeling the calm in the storm, and we commit to growth and we commit to that purpose-driven life, you don't just always encounter external resistance. Sometimes you often feel some internal resistance. So that resistance can feel like old habits. It can feel like self-doubt. It can be an attraction to what is familiar because you're trying to set a new resolution, a new way of living, a new way of being, and the familiar feels comfortable. And so we want to sometimes the self-doubt comes by way of, well, I think I'll just go back to this really comfortable thing because it's what I know. And that voice, that familiar voice, can make you question your worth. It can make you minimize your needs. It can tempt you to abandon yourself. And sometimes that's about peacekeeping, but other times it's just about comfort seeking. And I want to add that when you're doing that work, you are also elevating your visibility. People recognize. I've had a lot of people comment more recently about the change that they see in me, that I'm trying to be more grounded and more centered, and they're acknowledging that. So that elevated visibility, that does look like leadership and growth and momentum. But there's a sense that the pressure intensifies, right? Because all eyes are on you. And when that happens and that visibility is elevated, sometimes detractors can appear. People that are threatened by change in you. People that want to pull your energy, or people that want to have you start absorbing their energy and are trying to pull you into their orbit. And so today we talked about internal, external in that kind of intro there. But today's conversation is about protecting your radiance in this season of intention. So as we're starting our 2026, yes, we've had a week. Whew, it's been a week. But, we can reset next week, or we can reset tomorrow. When we're in that season of intention, how do we recharge our inner force field? Not by building walls. We still want to be open and have a soft heart, but we want to strengthen our center. Sometimes boundaries aren't just about other people. Sometimes it's also an internal need we have to self-regulate. And sometimes we have to notice if we're leaking energy, or if things are, kind of taking us away from that center space. So today's question, all that being said, big intro, because I wanted to set kind of the framework of internal and external, because sometimes those two things co-align and sometimes they're very separate, and you'll know the difference, right? And I want to talk about our experiences in that context. But today's question, how do we stay true to our path in the new year when both external pressures and internal patterns try to pull us off course? So this is about boundaries as self-respect. It's about presence as protection, and choosing alignment again and again and again, and resetting again, especially when it's challenged. Yeah. So that's the big question. How do we stay true to our path in the new year when both external pressures and internal patterns try to pull us off course?
I have some thoughts on boundaries and learnings specifically for me, that I would love to share, because I guess for it is external and internal. And for me, I learned, I would say, 3 main things about boundaries that have helped me, because it's hard. So the first one is that a boundary doesn't need to be understood to be valid. So if someone needs you to explain it and give them a full PowerPoint on why you're setting this boundary, they're resisting it, right? So in remembering that your whole job is not to convince them, it's to communicate it clearly, concisely, and that's it. Like, hold the line. So that was a big one for me because sometimes I like to over-explain or review again and again and again. And I realize then there's that internal conflict.
Quick question on that before you go on. So when you say over-explain, what is the pull that you feel to over-explain? What is it that you're either trying to accomplish, or what do you feel you're being called to do when you are launched into that over-explaining?
Great question. Back to what you have said before, I think I'm trying to create the harmony because I don't like to live in a boundaried world. And I'm trying to lead them to the solution that I want, but they have to come see it themselves, right? So it's like I'm trying to rush the repair. So I'm like over-explaining. If you would just do this, then but that's on them to figure out. I have to stay in my boundary. And yes, feel free to ask questions during it. So the second thing was, this was a big one, that discomfort is part of the boundary working. Discomfort is part of the boundary working. If you set a boundary and you are feeling very calm and unbothered, you probably didn't set a big enough one or a real one. Because I feel like boundaries, for me and most people, they surface old patterns, guilt, people-pleasing tendencies. And it doesn't mean you did it wrong if it's uncomfortable. It actually means you did it right. Yeah. And my mom has always said the right decisions are rarely easy at first. So don't mistake discomfort for the boundary being wrong or not working.
Right.
And the third thing I learned was that boundaries reveal, they don't ruin. So by that I mean strong boundaries shouldn't really create conflict. They are just starting to expose what was already feeling misaligned within you. And the people who respect you will adjust. It might take some time, but I do believe that the people that respect you and maybe have their own self-awareness will try to adjust. But they always say people who benefited from your lack of boundary, right, are going to push back. They're going to test you. They're going to minimize it. That wasn't a big deal. Why are you doing this? You're making such a big deal out of this.
Which can be gaslighting a bit, right?
Yeah,
like trying to talk you out of what you're feeling and what you're experiencing and what you've recognized as a violation.
Yeah, and that's all information. It should be information to us based on their reaction to it, whether they have been respecting you or they were benefiting from your lack of boundary. Yes. So therefore they're minimizing it.
Yes. Do you feel as though the argument against your boundary, is that a fear-driven behavior in your experience?
I think so.
So they're afraid of something.
I think so.
Afraid of losing you, afraid of
fear of abandonment.
Hurting you, fear of,
Yeah. Internal for them, probably. And who knows, how did they grow up? How were they mistaking silent treatment for a honest boundary, right? Like, I am not a fan of silent treatment. I think it's very unhealthy. I know a lot of, I can say this, old school Italians who are very much into silent treatment. And that is not what I want to ever be mistaken for a clear, honest boundary. Here's where I stand. This is what I need. If you can't do it, fine. Then I will do X, right? It's you got to make it about you, the boundary, not about them.
Right, because you can't control them.
Because you can't control them.
Right. You can only control how you will react in the absence of their willingness to respect your boundary.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is hard because I think a lot of people, again, seeking harmony, when they feel that resistance, they will shrink to comply with that resistance to seek that harmony and
go back to the old ways. And it was easier. It is easier to not have a boundary. It's way easier. But then don't expect that pattern to change.
Yeah. It's easier for the other person.
It's easier for the other person.
I feel as though...
Yes, you're right.
Because it's self-abandonment.
You're right.
And it's just going to build. And then you're lost.
So short term, it is easy.
Short term, it is easy.
But long term, the the detriment on you and your self-worth and self-being, and
Yeah.
it's
You're
death
totally
by 1,000 paper cuts.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
it's-
Yeah.
So you've processed all that in a week, have you? It's a lot of life.
Yeah,
it's a lot
that
of
was
life
a big-
growth in
that was big
that week.
learnings.
No wonder you feel like a little bit of the
Yeah, I had
The-
a little
the
bit of
tornado.
a tornado, Tasmanian devil
Yeah.
come out.
yeah.
And let it out, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and I just feel like those learnings are so important in relationships with your boss, your significant other, your parents, your whoever, right? And I just love the fact that, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's working.
I love that.
Yeah, and there's a bravery to saying this is going to suck a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna stick to
forward.
it, and that's the resolutions and the resolve to do something different, whether it's a new year or
Yeah.
whenever it is. That's it, right? You've got to embrace the suck and say, I'm brave enough that when this gets messy and ugly and nasty and unpleasant, I'm going to still do it anyway because I've set my goal, and that's where we fall off.
Yes.
I think that's the ease of falling off because it's, oh no, this is uncomfortable and it is unpleasant. I'm going to go back to where I'm comfortable.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's uncomfortable. It's unpleasant. I just want to say, like, I'm just searching my own experience right now because I've been elevating since August. Really have been elevating my self-care routine, to include exercising every day, to include like an hour of meditation practice, which is excessive, I recognize. But it was by design so that I would really, create habit through that practice. And what I found is how much it truly positively impacts me. And once I felt the benefit of that, I don't feel like the discomfort's there anymore. I feel like then it becomes a joyful practice, and it becomes that you see the gain of that, and then you recognize how diminished you were without it.
Before it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's literally the acknowledgement of habit. Like maybe that's the moment, like, habit.
How long did it take you to feel like you're like, oh my God, how could I have not done this for myself?
I think it was the acknowledgement of how my life often, you talked about that Tasmanian devil, right? Like that my life feels like everything is just swirling about me. And in past practice, I was swirling with it. So the highs and the lows were truly unsustainable for me because I felt like I had to hang on for dear life. It was like a bucking bronco, right?
Yeah.
And maybe I got a good minute in me, but I can't be on for 5 minutes. Not sustainable practice. But I feel like, I can't tell you the time it took there, but there was a distinct moment where I recognized nothing has changed in my environment. It is still swirling. I am still on the bucking bronco, but I feel like either my grip got better, but I'm able to stay on.
Yes.
And I'm able to stay in the middle. And the interesting thing, the observation, and this is my reflection this past week. My observation is it's as much about not riding the highs as it is not riding the lows. So when the highs happen, I'm staying in the middle. When the lows happen, I'm finding my way to the middle, right? And it's the goal now is standing firm in the middle versus riding the wave. It's just like, I guess riding the wave is what I'm doing, but it's staying in the middle rather than chasing the highs and the lows.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's that sense of peace and that sense of well-being that is life affirming. It is like, it feels like a hug. It feels safe. It feels self-assured. It's knowing in the moment of the storm, like, I'm going to be okay. I've got this. It's not the end of me. And I think part of that practice is interrogating when I have those feelings still creep in. Because let's be clear, in full messy disclosure, every day I have probably 20 to 30 panic moments where my muscle memory is like challenging me to come with it, right? And I'm like, No, I'm not doing that. And I've started to interrogate in those moments, right? So I pause. I'm fully aware of the pull to react, the pull to be triggered, the pull to be emotional in that state. And I am holding my ground, interrogating it to say, is this even real?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this my mind trying to like go back to what it knows,
Yes.
what its past, what the past recognition is or what the past experience is. And in the interrogation, often I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's wild because I have a whole different lens now on things. And I see how many times I was triggered by emotions. But guess what? Emotions are not facts. Like, emotions are not facts.
Mm-hmm.
And in my past experiences, again, new practice. So my past experience that I'm referring to was 3 months ago.
Still.
In my past experience, I would feel those emotions. I feel fearful. And then my brain would process that you are in danger.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a full-on, like, full body reaction to fight or flight that would trigger all the things. And my adrenal glands are probably like, we're out.
Yeah.
We're done.
Right.
We got nothing left.
Peace out.
Got no juice. So yeah, it's been wild to just, again, the visual. It's almost, I don't know, for the X-Men fans, because I'm always about stupid movie references. You know this by now. But it's not a stupid movie. It's a fabulous movie. But X-Men, like Storm, her character, she's like literally creating the storm around her. It's the Halle Berry character.
Yeah.
And she's creating this storm, and she's just standing there like
In it.
regal in the middle of the storm. But
Grounded.
but she's also elevated. So that's another thing. She's elevated in the storm, so she has the whole ground view. She can see the whole perspective. She's not standing like, eye to eye with the storm. She's raised herself above. She's in it, but she can see, oh,
Yeah.
right there, there's the exit, right? Or, hey, I know I can jump 3 times and skip that hurdle or miss that, pitfall.
Yeah.
And so that elevated perspective, I think, is kind of a newer practice as well.
That makes me think of the quote, observe, don't absorb. Right. You're like observing the storm and the challenges and the uncertainties of your life or anything that's going on. But how do you not let it in and absorb you? Because it's going to always be there. I mean, unless, I don't know. But that's such to have that inner peace
Yeah.
and just be aware and observe it, but not let it affect you.
Yeah. And when I tell you this week, I mean, I've been really tested this week. Like, insane things have happened this week. Things that should never happen, right? And just that constant practice of questioning the feelings, questioning the emotions that come up. What does this mean for me? I think I can't do this. Like, a perfect example, I'll give you. Tuesday, I had these really high level meetings. I had my partners from my real estate business come in from all over the country. We had these high level, like, we're meeting with civic leaders. We're meeting with high level, really big strategic level meetings. And the morning of this meeting, literally 45 minutes before I was supposed to pick up my partner from the airport, crazy things popping off. And I had to make the decision in the moment to say, this feels like it's on fire. It feels like I'm going to die and perish by fire. But I'm going to choose to keep my frequency high because I have to go do these other things. And I can't afford to lower myself into that hot mess situation. So we're just going to let that burn. And I'm going to walk away over here.
Great.
And that was a first ever.
Wow.
That was a first ever in my life. And the fact that I was able, number one, I was able to stop and I was able to let someone else in to help me. I literally went to one of my teammates and I'm like, this is what's happening. I need you to help me in this way. She reacted. She gave me the thing I needed. I sent off the thing I needed. And like 10 minutes later, I'm like, my partner's calling. He's like, hey, I just hit the airport. I'm like, great, I'll be right there. Meanwhile, like, Rome is burning all behind me. And I'm just like, okay, I'll be right there. And then we had a plan. We were going to go to this other meeting, just like a pre-meeting. And I picked him up from the airport and I said to him, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a little detour. We're going to go to Starbucks, and you and I are just going to sit down, and we're going to have a couple of medicine balls, which are literally just liquid hugs. And we're just going to, catch up.
Oh, it's great.
And I would have never done that.
You would have been go, go, go.
I would have been like, I'll be right back. Help yourself to a coffee. I'm going to be on the phone, putting the fire out, doing I would have been so wrapped up. And the fact that I let myself have a liquid hug and that reset me so that I could go kick ass in these meetings, which I did, by the way, totally kicked ass. But I couldn't if my frequency wasn't right? Yeah. So it's like, wow. So even when Rome is burning and your emotions want to present as facts, I feel fear because I feel like Rome is burning. Rome might be burning, but I'm not going to burn with it. And you have that choice in that moment, how you're going to handle it, and to be able to just remove yourself and keep that frequency at the highest place.
Bounce back.
Yeah. So that was huge growth for me.
Well done.
Yeah.
More of those.
Thank you. I would
More
bow
of those
if I could.
first evers.
Bow if I could.
Love it.
Yeah. How do I follow that?
Talk about your thud. I want to hear
thud.
more about your New Year thud.
My New Year thought. So I had big plans for the New Year. I had it mapped out. I had it drawn out. I started a book. Like a journal. Right. I didn't start writing a book or anything, but...
I think you just called something forward. We should acknowledge it.
I started
Joe's going to write a book.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. We'll put that out there. That's okay.
Yeah.
We can put that out there. And I had all these big plans, and life said, fuck you and your plans. Nope. And yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling more with the mental, but I had a plan than actually being sick. And it's yeah. And that's hard. And now I feel like I'm behind my schedule that I created, and I'm behind on everything, and I've been in a fog, so nothing feels clear. And yeah, so that's my thud. That was my thud into the new year. And
is there an opportunity that in your framing, like tomorrow can be January 1st?
I think so. And that's kind of the attitude I've tried to take is
Love that.
It's okay, because resolutions can start any day. We don't have to be tied to January 1. I mean, it's the middle of winter here, and who wants to do that anyway? So I think, yes, that's the way to go. And so for my one big goal that I was starting, I was really committing to journaling daily and adding that into like my workout routines and my, self-care and self-health and all that stuff. And it's been put aside for a little bit, and that's okay. We'll start when we start. It's a setback, but it's just a bump in the road. It's not a detour. It's okay. And that's what I'm going to get right with it is okay.
I love that, Grace, that you're showing for yourself right now. I don't know how it's been over the last week, but have you found yourself being able to have self-compassion?
Not much self-compassion, but there was a time where I would have seen this as forget it.
Just
forget
cut it.
Just forget it.
I didn't start, and...
I didn't start. I haven't worked out in 2.5 weeks, so why bother now? There's no point. And that would be the self-sabotage just coming in and saying, it's so much easier. I know it's going to be harder to pick up weights after taking so long off. And before, that would have been an absolute roadblock, an absolute barrier. But now I feel like, no, it's a setback. That's all it is. It's just a bump in the road. We can get over this, and it's that mindset. It's
that all or nothing thinking. That is one of the biggest challenges in any goal setting is if I can't have perfection, then I will have nothing versus
it's
being
perfection
able to
or failure. That's the only two options, and that's ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not sustainable either.
So that's my thud into 2026.
I love that. I think even with the thud though comes grace and alignment, which is the learnings that are coming to you. And I just have to personally recognize that you took yesterday off to feel better. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday.
The week is lost on me right now. I have
Yeah,
no
the week
idea.
is a blur.
I have no idea what day
Who
it
are
is.
you people?
Who are you people? How did I get here? But you took a day off, which even when the days she takes off, she's working. So
I
you took
can
a
only
full day
imagine.
off and you literally said to rest.
Yes.
So
That's
proud of
a
you.
big.
But I'm okay, full confession. I did a couple of things around the house. And I literally I got
Did you refinish your bathroom or something crazy? I feel like there's a huge story. Of
No. Just
home
little
project.
things, serious little things. But I got up to brush my teeth and I'm like, I need to clean this bathroom sink. It hasn't been touched in a week because I have been ill. And so I cleaned my bathroom sink, which is not a huge deal. But when you go downstairs to get the stuff and then you realize you forgot something,
I know. Then you're in this room.
and then you're out of breath and you need to rest before you can actually clean the sink.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did a couple of little things, but in between, and then I found myself doing something else. I'm like, no, this is not, no. And caught myself and made
Good.
myself stop.
That's
Good.
great.
And I heard you give yourself gratitude for, how when our health is bad or, we're feeling sick or anything's going on, you do appreciate, like you said, I don't know if we had started recording yet, but you were like, breathing is important.
Important.
Important. So it being sick gives you the gratitude that when you're healthy,
Yes.
you're like, oh,
Or just
God,
how
I
important
take for
health
granted
is.
how
Yeah.
right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, feeling well.
Yeah.
Feeling well
Yeah, just feeling well. Being well and feeling well is,
you have nothing without that.
but you take it for granted every day, right? Every day when you get up and you're tired, but there's nothing wrong, we go into the instant, but I'm tired, and that's
Right.
nothing. Get over it. You're tired. You're fine.
Yeah. Well, I love that you reframe that with gratitude, which just gave me. So I put together kind of a reflection prompt. So this could be journaling, or it could be just a quiet moment where you're having that internal dialogue. So this would be a moment where you're pausing, you're breathing, getting still. If you're journaling, you would be writing without editing. So it's just a free flow. But some of the questions to kind of ask yourself as you step into this new year, and it doesn't have to be a new year. It could be a new week. It could be a new day. But in a new mindset. So it's just to frame the new mindset. Where is my energy being pulled away from what matters most? Who or what consistently disrupts my alignment? And why do I keep giving it or he or she access? In what moments do I abandon myself through over-explaining, over-giving, or self-doubt? And then what boundary, internal or external, would most protect my radiance right now? Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that last one too.
Yeah. So what boundary, internal or external, would most protect my radiance right now? So I just feel like these types of questions, when I say I'm interrogating myself, it's like these types of questions that I'm kind of ruminating over and seeing what pops up. And when I'm starting to feel, we talk about our mind, body, spirit alignment. So, senses in the body is always keeping score. There's a fantastic book about that with a trauma practice. But the ability to recognize the symptoms before you have the awareness, and then to connect to the symptoms and start asking the questions. And I talked about the 5 whys. Like the 5 whys are really like, why do I feel this way? And then what comes forward? And then when I say what comes forward, well, why? And then why and why and why? It's almost like your 3-year-old is following you.
Yeah.
Your inner 3-year-old is following
Yeah.
you, saying why? But you get to the root cause of things that way. You get to the real heart of the matter that way. And I think, I've just been really curious with myself. I'm usually very curious with others. I'm really into learning. I'm really into reading and just expanding my mind and being open and aware. But I've not done that internally before. So this is like a newer practice for me to really be curious with myself. And so I just wondered if that resonates with you guys, and if that's something that you do, or if that's something that you think would be meaningful.
Yeah, I have a tattoo purposely that I try to live by, but it's very hard for me. I think that's why I chose to get it tattooed on myself. But it's an Eleanor Roosevelt quote, and it says, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent."
Ooh.
Right? So again, observe, don't absorb. And there was this funny video I watched. His name is Ryan Leake, and he talks about he went to go get chicken nuggets at the airport, and he checked out, swiped his card, got his mediocre chicken nuggets, and he forgot barbecue sauce. So he went back to the cashier and said, "Sorry, can I get a barbecue sauce?" And they said, "That'll be 75 cents. And he's like, "Okay." So now you want me to get my card out, pay, get 2 receipts, sign it. You know, there's a tip thing. And the guy was like, "Yeah, you have to pay for it." So we paid for it, and he left him a $10 tip. Not because he deserved it, but he said to himself internally, "You don't get to ruin my day. I don't match the energy. I set the standard. So I'm going to have a great day. And no, you don't deserve a $10 tip for mediocre barbecue sauce and the way you treated me, but God didn't call me to be mediocre."
Whew.
And that stuck with me.
Say it again for the people in the back, Alana. That is
Like
wow.
clients or hard friendships or relationships, it's like you set the tone.
Yeah, you set the standard.
You set the standard. You don't match the tone.
Yeah. You set the standard. You don't match the tone.
So yeah, that's what I want to.
Which is an
bring
evolution,
into-
because I used to literally wear a T-shirt that says, "Hey, I match energy, so you gonna decide how we gonna act." Right? Like, I used to wear that shirt with pride, and now I'm horrified at that message, because that means I'm on the roller coaster, and you are literally pulling my strings, and I am the puppet.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty funny at the time.
Yeah. No, I get it. That is cute.
Yeah. No, I've said I have multiple personalities and you will choose which one you get.
Yeah.
But
then it's like, I will choose which
yeah,
one
no,
you get.
This is my day for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very empowering. That's pretty
loved that
transformative.
story.
I love that. So I'm going to give you a pop quiz.
Yikes.
So I want you to finish this sentence. And last time we did this type of exercise, Joe, you took my breath away. And for those that are just playing with us for the first time, we talked about maybe creating some sort of game where we are taken to house parties by the profound things of wisdom that these women say that you will literally see me go, I will breathe in and take it in, because I'm trying to absorb the amazing brilliance. So I'm waiting for it. No pressure.
Okay.
So I want you to finish this sentence. This year, staying aligned means I will stop blank and start blank. So this year, staying aligned means I will stop blank and start blank. I'm going to steal from your chicken nugget story because I love that.
God.
So this year, staying aligned means I will stop letting you set the tone and I will start setting the standard.
Yes.
Living the standard. Living the standard. I will start living this. So this year, staying aligned means I will stop letting you set the tone and I will start living the standard.
Love it.
That's
Okay.
for me.
This year, staying aligned means I will stop doubting myself and start trusting myself.
Love that.
Yeah.
Because we know what to do.
Yeah. We know what to do.
Yeah. It's just doing it.
Okay, for me, this year, staying aligned means I will stop striving for perfection in myself and start accepting what is my best
I love that.
Yeah.
as an acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your best looks different every day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some days we have so much energy and motivation and productivity in us.
Mm-hmm.
And some days my best looks like cleaning the bathroom sink and going back to the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some days it's a messy bun and I made my bed, and that's about as good as it gets.
Yeah.
But it's cute.
She's cute too.
She's cute too. We make ourselves laugh. That's the most important part of this experience for me. So I think we might end a little early today, but I do want to talk about I came up with a closing mantra for this episode. I want to get your thoughts on it. This is designed to be memorable and repeatable, so that's why I kind of simplified it. So I do not need to absorb what isn't meant for me. I honor my energy as sacred. I choose alignment over reaction. I trust myself to protect what matters. I return again and again to who I am. So I'm going to read that again. I do not need to absorb what isn't meant for me. I honor my energy as sacred. I choose alignment over reaction. I trust myself to protect what matters. I return again and again to who I am.
I trust myself to protect what matters. Hits for me, and the whole overarching theme of we're on this journey of life, this journey to radiance, to come home to ourselves, whatever that means to you. But you'll know when you're home. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It's almost, we talked about naming this podcast Journey because who knows what the destination is or where that is or when we'll reach it. But that mantra kind of gives a steady path through all the storms, right? It's a guiding light that even though we're going to be on the road, then a path that is going to take us all over the place, and there's going to be tornadoes and Tasmanian devils and, but that mantra is like a steady course with a guiding light that just says, no, you know.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Follow the light.
Yeah. The
I
North
love
Star.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. And for me, I think the line that resonates the most, and it's where I personally feel I see the most growth in myself over the last several months, is I honor my energy as sacred. And I'll tell you a perfect example. I created my own personal revolution this week. And Joe, you know this because I've announced it. I had 2,500 unread emails when I came back from vacation. And
Anxiety.
And I didn't read them. And I still haven't read them. And what I did instead was I sent a message out internally and externally, and I said, hey, guess what? I have a lot of emails, 2,500 emails unread. And my time is precious. So if there's something that needs my direct input or something that I need to affect, then please resurface it for me. Because otherwise I'll get to it at some point, maybe. Right. Guess what? Guess how many responses I got? Like 2.
Oh.
I got 2.
Great.
So past me would have come back 2 days early from vacation on Saturday. When I landed on the plane, I would have been all up in my laptop, would have been going through 2,500 emails all day Saturday, all day Sunday. I would have been triggered by every single one of them.
Yep.
Because what happens when I read emails, I now know this because I haven't done it, and now I know when I do it how I feel. Like the absence of it and then doing it gives you a new awareness of how it makes you feel. So how it makes me feel is triggered because emails, if I'm being copied into something, I'm usually being copied in mid or later. And there's a whole backstory I don't know anything about. So I'm reading one little piece of something. Yeah. I'm making a judgment call about what that means. And my brain is telling me the world's on fire. And I believe everything's on fire. Right. And so I'm being emotionally triggered every time I get kind of lured into that trap. And it is a trap because why do we have to copy everyone on emails? It's just, I mean, it's a whole episode. I could go into that topic, trust me. But my whole point is what I used to feel was the most important thing is for me to be connected. I need to be in the middle of it. I need to be in control of it. I need to know what it is. Gave myself permission to just blow up that theory. It was like a human experiment. Let's see how it goes, right? And it's changed my whole thinking about how I spend my time. And it's reframed it from the perspective, my energy is sacred. And I'm not going to be triggered by or lose my energy or dedicate my energy to something that doesn't serve me at that high frequency.
Yeah.
So now my mission is to stay at that high frequency. And if anything, like even if I get an email and I know that person usually triggers me, I'm going to compartmentalize that email. It's still there, but I'm going to decide when I read it.
Yes.
And I'm going to be in the right energy when I open it because I'm not letting you trigger me.
Right.
Right? And it's not even that this person has ill intention. It's just I know how it makes me feel. So if I know that, then I have to protect myself from that.
Yeah.
And make sure that I'm in the right space to receive that and guard against it. And that's...
And you taught people, you saying that was such a vulnerable human thing to say, listen, I have so many emails. If you need something, come to me or send it again. So now they have learned, hopefully, you know what? I probably didn't need her on 10 of those.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope they would learn that.
Yeah, I mean,
you
next
know?
Wednesday,
Right? Like,
next Wednesday's E-Team, they should know. Like, you guys only tap me in for 2 things.
yeah, and then it
Over 10 days.
they
Which is great for you. You've got this.
Right. They trust themselves.
Right.
And they gain confidence of like,
Yes.
you know what? I didn't even need her. I got it figured out. I've copied her in and
Yeah.
we're all set.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
And I when people say, I need to protect my peace, I don't like that. Protect my peace. It gives me I like prioritize your peace or protect my energy. Prioritize your energy. You don't need to put the shield up to you know, that gives me
Like you're close to
I'm
the world.
protecting my energy type thing.
Right.
Yeah, you're closed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you're guarded.
You're guarded. Yeah. And that's why I love, and you observed yourself
Right.
internally.
Yeah.
And didn't absorb the
Right. Yeah.
triggers.
Yeah. All kinds of
Good for you.
learnings.
Wow.
All these human
All
experiments.
these lessons. All right, God, you can space them out now. They don't have to be multiple in 1 week.
That's okay. The teacher shows up when the student is ready, Alana.
That's right.
The teacher shows up when the student is ready. And we're here for it.
The messy.
Oh, Nanny McPhee.
Well, if any part of this episode resonated with you or you know someone who needs to receive this message today, we ask that you share it and be a part of our tribe. We're really excited that you're here, and we're really excited to share our messy journeys with you. We're processing our new year, and we'd love to hear from you on our socials. How's the new year going for you? Are you messy? Are you getting messy? Because come on in. The water's fine. Come on in. We encourage you to join us in here.